from the heartbeat of Africa, welcome to Tanzania, where adventure meets paradise. Join. Visit Tanzania for less for unforgettable safaris through the Serengeti and witness nature's greatest show. Then unwind in Zanzibar. White sands, warm smiles, and rich culture you'll never forget. More than a trip, it's a journey of connection, culture, and purpose. Discover, explore, belong. Visit TanzaniaForLess.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to Community Focus. My name is Melvin Burns. As you know, I co-host this program with my friend and brother Gregory T. Roberts. This is not Gregory T. Roberts to my left. I'll introduce my guest in a moment. But thank you for joining us at 2 o'clock on a snowy, wintry January Friday. And I always start the program with weather, but I was a little surprised because we were watching the weather last night and nothing that we thought would happen is happening today. But welcome to the program. As you know, my brother Gregory T is not with us. He's been out for a couple of months, and we just expect that he will be back with us in the studio soon. So, Gregory T, get well, brother. Let's start with our weather for today, which is again Friday the 16th of, let's just say 16th of November, of January. Oh my goodness. Okay. Somebody else can do this program today. All right. Friday, 16th of January. Weather today, low of 23, high of 33. There is a 100% chance of snow in Muskegon today. All right. Tomorrow, Saturday, 60% chance of snow, low of 23, high of 31. I expect to maybe get a little rain or sleet mixed in with the snow. Sunday, again, 65% chance of snow, low of 17 degree, high of 25. Monday is going to stay a little cold, low of 6 degrees, high of 19. On Tuesday, 30% chance of snow, again, a low of 6, high of 21. On Wednesday, a 70% chance of snow, low of 19, high of 25. And next Thursday, a low of 11, high of 19. You know what really gets us here in Muskegon and in Michigan is when we get to January and we can see the ground and the streets and leaves, and all of a sudden we get a snow and it's all gone again, and it destroys all of our hope that spring's coming early. But going to be a little cold next week. Get yourself prepared. Get your warm socks, your warm boots out. Make sure you got plenty of salt and whatever else you put on, and sand you put on the ground to make sure you're safe out there and on your sidewalk at home. Today, my list. I always give you a 5 list, not a top 5, but a 5 list. So it's kind of a 5 list today. I was just happen to be looking at this. The 15th, Dr. Martin Luther King's actual birthday. Although we'll celebrate it on Monday the 19th. I happened to see this, which is kind of strange. Not strange. The Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated was founded also on January the 15th. Also, tomorrow, January 17th, is the birthday of Muhammad Ali. It is also the birthday of Michelle Obama, former First Lady. Interesting birthday twins. And then just as a last set of birthday twins, the 16th today is the birthday of dance and choreographer and director superstar Debbie Allen, which is also the same day of the anniversary of the founding of the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. I'm sure that's supposed to be Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. So also on January 13th, 15th, and 16th, we have Delta Sigma Theta, Alpha Kappa Alpha, and Zeta Phi Beta all have their anniversaries along with the Kappa Alpha Psi. So happy anniversary to all of my D9 brothers and sisters. All right. So the real reason you all come to this program, I know it's the reason I show up, is for our exciting guests and the information they have and the wonderful things they are doing in our community. Our guest today is no different, and she's been waiting here patiently. You know her as Mrs. Navarro, though she's not Mrs. Navarro, but her name is Mari Sierra,
Yes.
and it's good to have you in the studio.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Okay, I joked you have your shirt on there
I got
today.
the Navarro's gear
All
on.
right.
Yes.
Other than your name, and I mentioned Navarro's, tell people who you are and what you do.
Yes. So I am the third generation owner of Navarro's Mexican Takeout.
Mm-hmm.
We are proudly located in Muskegon Heights on the corner of 8th and Sherman.
Mm-hmm.
We have been doing the thing for almost 50 years, but we are going to celebrate 5 years under my ownership
Mm-hmm.
next month. So we are
Awesome.
very excited. But you know us for chips, cheese, meat, and gravy, and our wet burritos, and of course, our tamales.
Yeah. Now you mentioned third generation owner. Many people, Connie was your
Grandmother.
grandmother. Many people in Muskegon, my age and older, will remember Connie Navarro. Just a tremendous community activist and involved in a lot of areas of the community. And her imprint, a lot of work she done is certainly on this county in West Michigan.
Definitely. I am so proud that my grandmother is spoken amongst the names of the Mimi Rankins, the Real Esteems. Like, she did make a big impact, and because of her work, I'm able to do what I do. So, and so much love is automatically given to me because they know I'm Connie's granddaughter. So people are like, Navarro, what was Connie to you? I'm like, oh, she was my grandma. And people automatically just open up their hearts because of the relationship that they had with her. So I'm so very thankful to come from a long line of strong women.
That's nice. So I want to talk about the restaurant a little bit. We're not here to advertise for it, but
No.
you're a friend of the station, a friend of the community.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the restaurant located at.
2537 8th Street.
Okay.
The babies will say it's the Yellow House.
Okay.
It does not look like a restaurant. It was probably never intended to be a restaurant. So it's a bright yellow building right across from the bus repair place. But you can't miss us once you see the yellow building.
Okay. Now, you say you've been owner and operator 5 years. What made you decide that you wanted to do this?
Oh, I do not lie about this, Mr. Burns. It was not me.
Really?
No. So how I ended up, I moved away from Muskegon.
Uh-huh.
I grew up at Navarro's.
Mhm.
I knew what it was like, and
Yeah.
I did not want that lifestyle for myself.
Mhm.
So I moved away. I had what I call a big girl job that I thought I was going to retire from.
Uh-huh.
But my mom passed away unexpectedly from
Mhm.
leukemia. So Navarro's closed its doors. We shut the
Mhm.
gate,
Yeah.
and we had to decide what to do.
Mhm.
Me and my brother, it's only two of us, we said, no, thank you. That's a wrap.
Uh-huh.
My husband, on the other hand, said, how can we not try?
Oh,
This beautiful gift that your family made,
mhm.
we have to try.
Yeah.
So we opened up our doors February 24th. It was snowing. It was Michigan. It was
Yeah.
not as bad as today. But when we opened the gates on that February 5 years ago, we had a line out the door.
Yeah.
And I have never felt so much love.
Yeah.
It was just such a beautiful day.
Were you surprised how many people have been waiting for you guys
Yes.
to open back?
Because when you grow up, you can have wonderful people in your family
Sure.
and you don't appreciate them.
Yeah.
Because that's just your dad, that's just your
Yeah.
mom. In my case, that's just my
Mhm.
grandma, that's just my
Mhm.
parents. It blew my mind that people were willing to wait in the snow, and it was COVID, so we were
Oh,
trying
wow.
to self-distance.
Yeah.
We had to have someone outside of Navarro's those first couple weeks to only let a certain number of people in the door. To date, those 2 first months that we opened were our best sales day, and that showed me that yes, like this is where we're meant to be. So I always say that we were going to try, and 5 years trying. Yeah,
Well, good. Well, we're glad you're there, and I know a lot of the community is glad you're there.
thank you. I'm so glad you. So many of our customers welcome us into their lives. We're not just you order your food and go.
Mhm.
You know, you tell me when you're husband's in the hospital, or we have a customer who we love who's expecting her first baby and we were invited to her baby shower. So it's not just, yes, we hope that you think our food is good, but we're so much more than that.
Okay. Now, as you know, you grew up with a sense of business as well as a sense of community, and so you've kind of kept that tradition going. There's an event taking place Monday. You want to tell us about it?
I absolutely do. That's the real reason I'm here. So before coming back to Muskegon, there was an event at Johnny O'Hara's Park that was put on by the city of Muskegon Heights to celebrate MLK Day, but also just have a good time.
Yes.
So I did not have the honor to attend, but I heard that there was sledding and bonfires and chili cook-offs, and that it was just a really good time. And if you know me, I like a really good time, and I felt like I was missing out.
Yes.
So I wanted to bring it back.
Okay.
I recently joined the board of a nonprofit called Coalition for Community Development.
Yes, sure.
And I shared with them, like, hey, I have this idea, tamales and sleds, like, let's bring MLK Day back.
Okay.
And with their help and the help of so many community partners, if I may do a quick little shout out,
Please.
Quality Tool and Stamping as a gold sponsor, Hagley Community Care and Tyler Sales as our silver sponsors, but Read Muskegon, Embrace Books, Maddle, the city, they are all so excited to see this event come back to our community. So it's much, much more than I originally dreamt up. We're going to have the sleds, tamales, hot cocoa, brand new MLK books, and we're also providing the babies with a bookmark celebrating the life of Johnny O'Hara. So we're celebrating a great Black leader of our nation, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but we also want our kids in the community to know that there's plenty of local heroes right here in the city of Muskegon Heights, and we want them to know their local history as well. So it's going to be a great time. Everything is free on the 19th from 12 to 2.
So we have you to blame for the snow.
Yes, I keep telling everyone I'm a terrible Michigander. Usually I hate the snow, but I'm like, yes, thank you. Hopefully the wind chill cooperates for us, but the Department of Health and Human Services donated some brand new hats. So if you forget a hat, we're going to have some hats there too. So it might be cold, bundle up, but I'll do my best to be warm and bubbly for you so we can have a good time.
So here's my question, because I grew up here, so I've slid down a hill a few times. I thought about it, but I think once I slide down, I'm going to have trouble getting back to the top.
Listen, everyone keeps saying that, and we'll figure it out.
I might get one trip down, but I think getting back up is going to be I'm going to have to go down Summit and come back up.
You know what? We will all just do a little hike together. It'll be okay.
Yeah, but that should be. I mean, for kids that maybe have not been down that hill, and it's surprising. I don't know if people drive by the park and don't realize how steep that hill is. It is a nice little sled ride.
It is. So there's two different little spots. The more fun hill, there's a gate at the end. So I'm going to try to keep the babies on the not as exciting hill on the other side. But we, in collaboration with Web Chemical, put a little sled library out at the park last year. So for those who don't know, the little sled library, it's just a structure that holds sleds. So when you're at the park, if you don't have a sled, grab one, have a good time, and put it back. So we will have sleds there on Monday for the community to use, but they will be there while we have snow. So if you, for some reason, can't make it out, which I hope that you all do, the sled library will be there all
So anything special people should bring with them that day?
Bundle up. That's it. When I heard about this event in the past and the chili cook-off, to me, that sounded like work. So I said, you know what? I don't want to ask people to do anything. Just come and let's have a good time. I love that this community does such a great job of coming together and celebrating the good things that are happening. And I just want us to be able to come together, let me and all these community partners do the heavy lifting. You just come have a good time.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. You mentioned the sled library that's been there since last year. Yeah,
we got it there kind of late in the season. I want to say it was February when it got set out. But Mr. Burns, I'm just so blessed that I speak ideas and other people say, Mari, let's make this happen.
And for people who are wondering, like, what exactly is a slave library?
Yeah, so it's just the structure. So it's like a book library. You grab a book, you have fun with it, you take it back. So that's the same thing. So on the Broadway side of the park, it's a structure. You can't miss it. There's a sign that has two little penguins going down a hill that explain it. But it's just a place where sleds exist. Myself and other community partners have donated sleds where you grab a sled, you have a good time, and you put it back. A selfish plug, if I may, kids are kids, and sleds are going to get broken and lost. So if you have sleds that are bothering you in your garage, or you see some on clearance at the end of the season, leave them at the sled library right at the park or at Navarro's. We're happy to take them off your hands. We want the babies to have fun all season long.
Man, it just sounds like a good time. Now, the chili cook-off, how is that going to work?
So no chili cook-off this year.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Doing the cooking.
You're bringing.
I'm bringing
tamales.
the tamales.
Tamales.
Yes.
Okay.
So like I
Tamales and
said,
hot cocoa.
I know not everyone had to cook chili, but somebody had to cook the
Yeah,
chili. So I said, you know what, we do this all the time. Let us cook for you. That's what we know how to do. So we're bringing the tamales and the hot cocoa. So so no chili, I'm sorry, but hot tamales will be nice and steamy.
So do you need any additional help or volunteers for Monday?
We are so blessed that so many people have put their hands in the pot, and we are good to go with volunteers. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors. If I forgot anybody, it's still pretty low key, so bigger than what I expected. It's still not too crazy. So no, the only thing I ask is you come out, and if you see this or any other of our posts or our Facebook event page, please share it. This was a beautiful thing that was happening, and I'm very honored to be able to be a part of bringing it back.
That's amazing. Now, you talked earlier, we talk about Dr. King's celebrating his birthday that day, and people will do all kind of different things, but your idea of it's a chance to just be community. For
Absolutely.
us to kind of spend time with each other and not have the hustle and bustle. We see each other when we're rushing and passing, so just to kind of for us to enjoy each other in community.
Absolutely.
I think that sounds like a really fun. Now, what time are we going to start?
So it's Monday the 19th from noon to 2, so short and sweet. So make sure that you get there. Tamales might go really fast, so get there early. Yeah, they might go really fast, so get there early. We have brand new MLK books, some other titles. Reed Muskegon will be there.
Great.
They're also doing some really great things in our community.
Yes.
So I'm not going to spoil it when they're there. When you get there, ask them about what they're doing, because it's very cool.
Yes.
But Hackley Community Care is sending some volunteers as well. CCD, the Coalition for Community Development, I want to continue to shout them out and highlight them. Historically, they are a very quiet group who does very good work and very necessary work, but they're very humble and they don't shout about it. And more people need to know. So CCD has come together to bring this event to life. So the CCD page, it's mhccd.org, or our Facebook event page. Go check it out. Make sure that you're knowing all the details and come bundled up and ready to have fun.
Okay. We get a lot of young people. I'm gonna call you young, but we get a lot of young people come on our program, and I want to just pivot just for a quick second and ask you about something. You mentioned you were doing, your grown-up life is going to be doing something else.
Yeah.
And your mother passes, and then you and your husband decide to open up this business. We get a lot of young people that start program. We interview a lot of young people that are just starting off in business, entrepreneurs. If you could give some advice to people that are young or old that are thinking of starting their own business or getting in business, restaurants, whatever, what would be the advice you'd give them?
Slow down.
Okay.
When we reopened Navarro's, I didn't change a thing. I thought I was being smart because I wanted the community to have confidence in us. I wanted them to know that this is the same family, the same recipes. We don't change anything. Our menu stays the same. So when you come in, you don't have to look. You already know what you're going to get.
Okay.
But this was the height of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Prices were crazy, and I didn't change not a penny when I first opened.
Okay.
And thankfully, we had a good response to that reopening. So it ended up being okay, but it wasn't sustainable.
Okay.
And getting to know the finances of your business is so important.
Yeah.
I closed my eyes and prayed that everything was okay and that there was still money in the account, and it's not sustainable. But I actually just posted on the Navarro's TikTok today a book. It's called "I Will Teach You to Be Rich" by Ramit Sethi.
Okay.
Your house needs to be right before you build your empire. So personal
Okay.
finances are really important as well.
Mhm.
Getting your money right at home so that you can go ahead and build bigger than your wildest dreams.
Okay.
So get your money right, and there's lots
Okay.
of free resources in the community. But take your time, make sure that you know what you're doing and that you're paying attention to those dollars. A wise woman once told me, if you can't count, you can't cook.
Okay.
So you got to know where those pennies are going so that
That's good.
you can create something that's sustainable.
That's good advice. Now, the second thing I want to ask you about is you and your husband business together, working together. Tell us about that experience.
Melvin, why are you putting me on the spot?
Okay.
Honestly, I'm very lucky that we complement each other.
Okay.
We have not killed each other yet. But I guess that would be another piece of advice. If you are going into business with anybody, whether that be a spouse, a sibling, whoever that may be, I think it's important to find someone who is good at the things you are not. So
Okay.
my husband, he could never do this with
Okay.
you, Mr. Brian. He could he
It is not his
couldn't.
thing, yeah.
He's very lives in the moment. So I
Okay.
tell people, if Beyonce walked into Navarro's, he would have no idea. He's so the things that I lack, he has, and we
Okay.
complement each other.
Oh,
And I'm thankfully able to trust him wholeheartedly.
that's awesome.
If I say we have this catering at this time, he knows what he's got to do. I know what I got to do. We work separately, but together we make it happen. So having someone that you can trust, that complements you, and that you together can build the vision.
Awesome. The thing, and I didn't tell you I was going to ask you that. In
No,
advance,
that's
but It's
okay.
kind of cute, but I
I
really,
like them. It's okay.
yeah, I enjoy talking to people, and I love to get the information out because we interview so many people that are just starting out or in business for a few months, and as much of that we can share. I always tell
Absolutely.
people one thing I found true is if you talk to people about business and people are succeeding, they're always willing to share.
Yes.
As long as you don't waste their time.
But not even that. I think we need to be more transparent. Um, not everything is beautiful. Not everything is easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to share our successes, but ask them about what's not going so good
Oh yeah,
because that's where the real learning is.
sure.
For me, that's when I talk about money and numbers and those financial statements, it's because that's been the hardest part for me as a business owner.
Sure.
I have a heart and I move on feeling. If it sounds fun, like sleds, like I
Mhm.
make it happen. But you got to pay attention to where the money's going and things like that. So don't be afraid to ask what's hard for you. What is a challenge that you have in your business right now? And one of the things that I love about Muskegon Heights, about Muskegon, is that I have not met a business owner who's not like, if you need something, come find me. This community is really wonderful.
Oh, that's good.
And I have not had the misfortune of coming across someone who's not willing to share.
Yeah. Now you've done a couple other things too. You've been in. You talk about some of the support. You've participated in a couple of the entrepreneur training and business training
Yeah.
workshops. I think you won a couple of awards. I
I
believe.
have,
Yeah.
yes. That's another thing. I think one of the reasons we've made it this far is I'm not afraid to keep asking and afraid to keep learning.
Mhm.
There are a lot of free FREE programs out there because you'd be surprised how many people want to take advantage of business owners who are just getting started,
Oh yeah.
who claim to know all the things and are going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
And I experienced this
Uh-huh.
when I won my first pitch competition. They came a call in like,
Uh-huh.
how do you plan on spend? Like, I've got a plan, and that's why I won. I don't need your help. Thank you.
When you have money, everybody's got ideas. For
Yes.
you,
So there are lots of free support organizations. The Muskegon Innovation Hub. I sit on the advisory committee for them.
Mhm.
They started a startup program, so taking you from ideation to getting you where you need to be, and there's money at the end of that program.
Mhm.
Score if you need a mentor. But there's one that I would really like to shout out, and they're not in the Muskegon area.
Mhm.
They're in Grand Rapids, so it's a little bit of a drive, but if you are in it to win it, they are worth it, and it is called Spring GR.
Okay.
What I love about them is their main focus is business owners who look like you and me,
Okay.
focusing on minority business owners and getting them to where they need to be. And so they do have a startup program, but what I love about them, and one of the programs I took advantage of, it's been renamed now, so forgive me, but when I started, it was called the 250 Project.
Okay.
It was getting you, so you're not a startup, but you're not quite at $250,000 yet in sales. And how can we get you there? The connections that I made in that program have made the difference. And those 6 figures, and this is something that I'm learning and teaching myself every day. 6 figures are possible. Don't dream small.
Yeah.
I remember, and this is not something I've told a lot of people, but when I first got insurance for Navarro's, they ask you, how much do you think you're going to make all year? I said $40,000. No, that is laughable now, because that first month, the community showed out, and we did that in 1 month, and this is not to brag.
Sure.
This is just to say, I have been limiting myself, and I don't want you, and I'm learning, and I want to share that with you.
Yeah.
Dream big.
Yes.
Let's get that. We are all capable. There is enough room at the table. So get plugged into those programs, those people who know, and let's all win.
That sounds great. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, before we run out of time here,
Yeah,
Maury, tell
sorry.
people again. No. Sorry, I asked you, and that's all good information to share. 2 things. Let's mention the event again.
Yes, Monday the 19th, you are off from school, off from work. Come and see us at Johnny O'Harris Park, located on Broadway from noon until 2. Free tamales, hot cocoa, hats, sleds. It's going to be a fun time.
It's going to be a great time. It's the corner of Broadway and Jarman in Muskegon Heights, if you don't know Johnny Harris Park. Going to be a great community event. I do have a list of your sponsors. CCD, you mentioned. Navarro's, yourself, City of Muskegon Heights, Hackley Community Care, REIT Muskegon, Tyler Sales, Embrace Books, Madel, and Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
And some last minute sponsors, Quality Tool and Stamping, came in at our gold level sponsorship. So thank you so much.
Yes.
And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Thomas at Urban Apparel.
Yes.
He also came into Navarro's to make a donation to make
Great.
sure that he's also playing his part. He's a wonderful business owner who has a lot of knowledge as well.
Yes, he does.
So another person in our community that you can tap.
For sure. If folks want to get in touch with you, either for the food or just like they've heard you talk about business, how can they get in contact with you?
I am the only one who answers all of the social media. So
Okay.
I don't have an executive
Your social media
assistant.
team.
Yes, there's no team. It's just me. When I say we, it is me.
Yes.
So all of our social medias, I'm the one who answers. Navarro's Mexican Takeout at gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Sometimes things get lost, so nudge me if they do. We are open to collaboration. We actually just had a young lady reach out today to look to sell her beverages at Navarro's, and we're open to it. We are better together,
Yes.
and there's room for all of us. So please, I've learned a thing or two. I'm still no expert, but if there's something you think I can help with, please reach out.
Awesome. Sounds good. Maury, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
If you want good Mexican food, go to Navarro's in Muskegon Heights,
Please.
Sherman and 8th Street.
Yes. Sherman and 8th.
8th Street.
Big
It's
yellow house. You can't miss me.
just a staple in the community.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the effort you're doing to feed us, and again, continue the tradition of just making an impact on your community.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
I
so
appreciate you.
All right. Thank you for coming in again today.
Of course.
We'll look to do this again, okay?
Please, anytime.
All right. Folks, we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with our next guest.
Many
All right.
Many travelers dream of experiencing the beauty of Tanzania, from its stunning national parks to vibrant cultural sites, yet the costs often seem overwhelming. But with Visit Tanzania for Less, exploring this East African gem on a budget is not only possible, but incredibly rewarding. Whether you're a solo backpacker, a volunteer, or just a budget-conscious traveler, we provide valuable insights and resources to make your journey unforgettable without breaking the bank. Book your trip now with just a $300 deposit and flexible monthly payments until your travel date. For more travel inspiration and tips, follow us on Instagram or visit us at visittanzaniaforless.com. Visit Tanzania for Less, your dream adventure within reach.
Another one.
Hi, my name is Kevonte Taylor. I'm one of the kids that went on the free trip to Africa. And I'd like to say thank you so much for taking y'all time to pay for the trip. I'm very grateful. I learned a lot. I had a very great experience thanks to y'all. And like I said, I appreciate it so much.
My name is Kamara Stedman. I was one of the students who were chosen for the 2025 Kids Free Trip to Africa. It was such an amazing experience. Thank you to those of you who donated.
Hi, my name is Isis Carter, and I would like to thank everyone who donated for me to be able to go to the Kids Free Trip to Africa this year.
Special thank you to the Kids Free Trip to Egypt and Ghana, year class 2025. I really enjoyed my trip going, and we learned so much. I would say it was a very enriching experience because I remember we were on the cruise. On the cruise to go on the road trips on the bus, and it was so amazing. I got to sit next to all my friends, and we were on a plane. I went on for the first time, and it was kind of scary at first. I had my friend right there. Here's all the people who supported us going on this trip, and a special thank you to you all. We couldn't have done it without you. I really appreciate you guys letting us go on this once in a lifetime opportunity trip. Thank you. Class 2025.
So first of all, I would start by saying my name is Lawrence Pasquero. I was one of the kids to come on this free trip to Africa. I'm back now, and I want to thank all my donators for this trip, and I wouldn't have done it without y'all, so I'm thankful for y'all donating all the money. $48,000 is a lot. Thanks for all of it. And yeah, I'm back.
Hi, this is Tamaya, one of the kids that was allowed to go to chosen to go to the free kids to Africa trip. I'm just coming on here to say thank you for donating and allowing me to be able to go on this trip. Thank you so much. My experience was amazing.
Hi guys, this is Aja Fletcher. Thank you guys for everybody who donated to us, and I truly appreciate it. I had a good time and I learned a lot of things, and I just appreciate y'all so much, and thank y'all. This part.
Like you did last time. They were not hired. They were not.
All right, good afternoon and welcome back to Community Focus. To make our quick change in the studio here, you may recognize my next guest here. They're a dynamic duo here in Muskegon Heights. We have Miss Cannetha Collins, and he says he's just security. It's not her entourage. We have Councilman Derek Collins. Well, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I understand that you all have an event coming up. We want to talk a little bit about today.
Oh, yeah.
Before we jump in,
Yeah.
Because I always assume everybody knows everybody. We have people watch our program from everywhere.
Okay.
Introduce yourself and tell folks a little bit about what you do in the community.
Okay. I'm Cannetha Collins. I've been living in Muskegon Heights for about 50 plus years. And I'm living and dying here in Muskegon Heights. I love Muskegon Heights. But yeah, I work here in Muskegon Heights. I started working here in Muskegon Heights as a liaison at the Muskegon Heights High School. And then once it transitioned, I went back to the medical field, and I work now for Muskegon Family Care as a community service and outreach manager.
Okay, which we've talked about
Yes.
that in the past. But you have something else coming up here real soon.
Yeah, tomorrow I will be 60 years old, so
All
I'm
right.
having a birthday benefit bash.
Okay. Well, first, happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. So, and you want to say what number birthday this is?
60.
All
60.
Right. All right. Say it with
60.
pride. All
I
right.
do. And I said it with pride for a reason. Like I told everybody, my mom, she died at 59. Her sister died before she turned 60. So a lot of my family members died before they turned 60. And I said, if I turn 60 years old, when I turn 60, I'm having me a big birthday bash. So now it's just a benefit birthday bash. So now I'm just going to give away what I.
All right. Well, that's the reason to celebrate right there.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So tell us about this event, where it's taking place, and what's going to go on.
It'll be at the Focal Hub tomorrow. Yes, happy hour starts at 7:00. From 7 to 8, there'll be hors d'oeuvres, jazz, and you get a free drink ticket, and only between 7 and 8. So you get there between 7 and 8, get your free drink ticket. You can drink, and at 8 o'clock, we'll start dinner and a presentation to some beautiful people here from Muskegon Heights that done things for the community that people probably didn't even know about. Miss Shirley Jackson, who was Nietzsche Horton, and Tanya Nietzsche Hood. I keep saying Horton. I'm sorry. Nietzsche Hood. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Nietzsche Hood and Tanya Davis, Tamika Carter. That's their mom, Miss Shirley Jackson. And then Nina Thrower, Muskegon Big Red sports mom, not just football, but sports mom. Sure. And then my mom, Maddie Helen, dancer from Muskegon Heights. They did a lot of things, not necessarily undercover, but behind the scene that people just didn't know about. And they all suffer with cancer. And so this time I said, I'm gonna have a benefit bash, and I'm gonna donate my proceeds to some of those families.
Okay. And I understand we don't just always celebrate birthdays here, but I understand that also here at the station, there also and the Kids Free Trip to Africa is going to be
one of my scholarships. Yep, I said I'm going to give a scholarship, a $500 scholarship to one of the kids. I mean, the station here choose the child or the person, or however they're going to divvy it up. But on last year, they were telling me about how what it takes for them to get those kids passports, shots, and it's the process, beginning process. They have a lot of, need a lot of donations and a lot of help. So I said, if I can give a little something to help one of those kids or two kids or whatever it is to get them started so they can go to the Africa trip, then that would make me feel real good. Okay, so that'd
be awesome. Now I know you have a theme going on tomorrow also. So we don't just show. We can always just show up.
Just show up.
But we got a theme going on.
We always do.
So what's our theme?
It's Roaring 20s. It's Harlem Nights, Muskegon Heights and Muskegon Way. It's Beanie's Boom Boom Room. Okay. So if anybody doesn't know, run home tonight, go on Netflix, watch Harlem Nights, so you know how to dress and the attitude you did come in with. Yeah. So how'd you decide on that theme? I don't know. It just came out. Actually,
wait, what's the real story?
I gave it to him.
Oh, you gave it to him?
He did.
I gave him.
We know he's been married a long time. It's like, can't remember who idea was. You know, it was a good idea.
Yeah, it was a good idea. He came up with the 60-40 thing in May. He was turning 60 and we been married 40 years. And then I was like, well, at first I said, I'm not going to do anything. I prayed about it and I said, yes, I am. I said I was going to do it. And God, you give me all the finances and everything to get it done and make it flow smoothly. I'm gonna do it, and that's exactly what he's done. So he gave me the idea of Harlem Nights, Roaring 20 kind of thing, and I said, okay, let's go with it, and it took off.
And I know, Councilman, you celebrated your 60th birthday earlier this year, 40 years of marriage. We could probably deviate this show, and y'all could do some marriage counseling for our readers. But just real quick, I didn't let to sneeze at 40 years.
40. And actually it's 45 because it was 4 years of high school, and then February it'd be 45.
So if you had to give somebody some quick, like, hey, here's my 30-second thing on how you get through 40 years, what would you guys tell them?
Communication.
Y'all didn't even rehearse that, did you?
No, I didn't have to look at it.
You got to talk.
And you got to learn how to talk to people, talk to each other. And communication. And then you got
easy.
It's work. As Fredo Austin, he wrote a book called Marriage is Good Hard Work or something like that.
Yeah, that's good. Good hard work. Good hard work. That is good hard work.
So when you get to 40 years, it's worth celebrating.
It is.
It is. So I didn't think we'll make it 40 years, but we did. I mean,
you wake up one day and it's 40 years.
It's 40 years.
So how long is that?
So yeah. So
but that's tremendous, and we need to celebrate these things and talk about them in our community because it doesn't always have to be that way. A lot of times it's not.
Yeah. So and a lot of times it break up because of lack of communication. Lack of communication. I didn't mean to say that like that, or I shouldn't have said that like that, or let me tell you about, those little words right there help.
Once you say it, you can't unsay it.
That's right. You're right. You're right.
So we want folks to come out tomorrow, Folker Hub, at what time we starting?
We're gonna start at 7 o'clock. Doors are opening at 6:30, 6:45. I have place setting for 250. I vowed that I was gonna sell 300 tickets. What I did is I took 50 tickets and saved them for my family who's arriving at the airport. My family from Mississippi. I don't have a lot of family here.
So family from Mississippi?
Yeah, I have family from Mississippi.
Did you prepare them?
We did. They just called us and she asked me, my cousin Brittany says, y'all driving this? I said, well, yeah. How you gonna get from A to B? Yeah, we do. We driving this. So yeah. So we're waiting on them. They're at DT W Airport, and then I have a cousin, some family members coming in from Grand Rapids Airport this evening. Derek's family is coming from Vegas. Yeah, his cousin Deborah from California. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we got a whole slew of people. Exactly. That's the intent, to
But
have a good time.
Folks can still, they don't need tickets in advance. They can still show up.
They can still show up at the door. Yep. I did, I saved 100 spots for the door.
Okay.
We split the tickets with the families that I had. I had 105 tickets. I gave Nitra, Thor, and Tanya tickets, and they've sold everything. Nitra had everything but 4 the last time I talked to her yesterday. Her sister had everything but 10, but then I think she's down to 6 because her son Bobo, his friends in Texas started to just donate. So I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to donate 4 tickets that he paid for. So if somebody want to come and they do not have a ticket, I don't know if you can call into the radio station. You can come into my message box, however you want to do it. The first 4 people, they can have these tickets.
All right. Well, if you reach out to us while we're still on the air here, and we'll make sure we get the information to them. There's a chance to get 4 tickets, come out and celebrate and have a good time.
Yes.
You talked about these people you want to honor. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, they were given and not with with looking for something like, I'll give you this and you give me that.
Yeah.
Like I said, they were behind the scene kind of people. They would give when they didn't have it to give.
Yeah.
So and with honor, they was happy to do it. So I want to be that my dash in the middle. I wanted to say that.
Yeah. If you think about community, a lot of it is people whose names don't get in the paper, who
Exactly.
we all know who said something to us, encouraged us.
Exactly.
We know they've taken food to people, took people on appointments.
Exactly.
They don't get awards and ceremonies, but everybody wants to be acknowledged when they do something.
Yeah.
By somebody.
At least say thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think it's tremendous, that you're just acknowledge people who just
thank you.
Been there for people and done things for people.
They have.
Certainly, I think they'll appreciate that.
Yeah. The family definitely appreciate it. I got several calls actually from their family members saying how much they appreciate it. So, and I told them, I said, it's not me, because I prayed about it and I said, God, you send me the people. I know who I would pick. I mean, you just be like, if I want to celebrate somebody, I'm just celebrating me and my mama and let's do this. But I said, God, let's pray. Send me some people. And it was real easy. And I was like, oh, my heart felt good about the people that he sent me. So we're planning on having a real good time tomorrow.
Now the event will last from. I'm sorry, I come in here real late. I had trouble getting in the studio.
No
a couple of those intersections got me today.
No worries.
Okay, we're going to start social hour from 7 to 8.
Yeah,
and they're going to last till midnight.
Yep. Well, after the social hour from 7 to 8, like I said, the free drink and the tickets that's starting at 7 to 8, the hors d'oeuvres, and then at 8 by 8:05 we're gonna have a presentation and dinner. During dinner we have a presentation going on, and at 9 o'clock we're gonna tear the dance floor up. Tear the dance floor up until midnight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. So people have a good time. And the price is $30 per person if anyone's curious.
Yes.
At the end of the night, what do you want people to say when they go home about having been there?
Maybe this is something I want to do. Let's get back to community. Let's get back to giving. Let's get back to watching out for one another. Praying for each other, not praying on each other. That kind of thing. So, or put it in somebody's heart or mind that they might want to do something. Pay it forward to somebody or something. So not just to say, oh, it was a good party. I want them to say, you know what, maybe next year I'll do that, or maybe I'll just go give or something. I don't know. But yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this, which I know you're prepared for. After this event, what else you got churning in your mind you want to do next? Because I know this ain't the end of it. I've talked to you once or twice.
I know.
So I know you got some other things churning in the back of your mind.
I do. I'll be having something thinking.
I don't want to put out there too soon, but
right.
It might be something maybe somebody hear it and so you know what? I'll jump right on that too.
I'm always thinking of something. I'm trying to figure out something. Me and Derek been trying to figure out something for a homeless. Trying to do something, figure out something that we can feed some people, put some people in some places. Get back on their feet, give them some resources. Sometimes people just don't know. They just don't know. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it, and they don't know the resources. I'm surprised when I talk to some people. They say, "Oh, I didn't know that," or "I didn't know they had that," or "I didn't know I could do that." So if I can get some resources out to them, and then get something set up where I can get people shelter and some food, when I lay pillow head at night, it'll make me feel.
It's like a cycle. When people get homeless, that it's like hard to get out of. Like,
hard.
If you don't have a phone, you're not gonna survive in this world.
Oh
and I don't mean just no ball. You got to have a phone with some minutes to
S-
because you can't do business. You
can't.
can't do business with DHS or unemployment without a phone.
and then people won't give you a job. You don't have an address.
Yeah.
And I I keep saying I'm going to quit this job. I work full time, like I said, at Muskegon Family Care,
Mhm.
8 to 5, 8 to
Mhm.
7, 4 o'clock. I leave my house at 4:15, running to the shelter Monday through Thursday. Now
Mhm.
it was Monday through Friday, but I work at the shelter, Lakeshore Family Promise,
Mhm.
and I go there, and I work to midnight,
Mhm.
and it's rewarding.
Yeah.
It's rewarding. I keep saying I'm quitting. I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave that job. But every time I get ready to quit, it's like,
And
not yet.
we've done some programs talking about the definition of being homeless is you and your family have your own place. And I work at a pantry on Tuesdays, our church pantry, but over half the people come in is we got another family staying with us.
Mhm.
I got my daughter's kids, I got my sister's kids, or
Yep.
somebody, and
Yep.
that means technically that family doesn't have a place to stay.
That's right.
So you create a burden for this other household, and this one household
That's
doesn't
right.
have
That's
the
right.
resources for their own home. And
That's
so
right.
we talk about homeless is not
No, mean like
it's
you're on
not
the
the guy
street.
always the
on
guy standing in front of Walmart for
Exactly.
change.
Exactly.
There's people who are trying to go to work every day, functioning, but they don't have no place. They don't have
No place to live.
And you can drive around and not see it, but maybe sometimes we don't even think of people in our own family. It's like such and such. He moved around from house to house, or
Right.
she moved around. No, they're
They're
homeless.
homeless. They're homeless.
And it's hard
Yeah.
to get out of that cycle.
It is. It's embarrassing. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
and then people mistreat them
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
talk down to them, talk bad to them. So I don't know. I think God got me there, so it won't happen. I can stop it from happening because I've seen it happen. It's like, we ain't gonna do that. We don't talk to people like that or treat people like that or mistreat people. So yeah,
Well, we'll wait. We'll sit back and look to see what you guys come up with. And,
I'm praying.
I'm praying.
Yes, I'm
I'm
praying. We've
praying.
been praying on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we see it happen every day.
Yes.
I had a guy come across the street, didn't know where he come from. He said, "Can I shovel?" He said, "I'm homeless." I said, "Sure." He said, "You ain't got to give me but $5."
Just looking for some need.
Just looking for some need.
Yeah.
I gave him more than what he asked
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
So, and I said, "Man, if you need any work, just come by and I'll give you something to do so you
Mhm.
can have something in your pocket."
Yeah.
And that just made us every day. We just think about it, and then her going to that shelter, that just moved.
It does. It does. So I'm just looking for God to do something for me, to do something for them. Yeah.
I wonder because I don't know if people now, like take their kids to volunteer places like that. Just
Right.
so they get a perspective. And I say for my own kids, like sometimes and one of the things I told her now is I say you don't spend enough time volunteering for stuff.
Mhm.
We grew up. We grew up our families. You did
Sure.
something,
Yeah.
whether it was church or
Candy
school,
stripe.
something, but
Church, school,
you did
yeah.
something
Candy stripe.
where you helped somebody that wasn't your family.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
so it became a part of your life.
Yeah.
And I don't know if young people know, and this is not a criticism, but
Mhm.
they get enough opportunities to say this is what people who don't have do.
Yeah.
And part of your life is helping other people.
Yep.
Not
Yeah.
not because they're family or
Not
because you
because
give
they're
you something,
family.
but just it should just be a part of what's your life.
Exactly.
We kind of like say we kind of do it without thinking about it. You see
Mhm.
somebody, the dude come by, hey, I need something to eat.
Yep.
Okay, what you need, you give you something to work. We kind of do it without thinking about it
Yeah,
because
right.
we know they're by the grace of God it could be us.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so and we've seen it. So I think for another generation, that's one thing that I think about a lot of times is my daughter, my niece. I say, do they really, and they're good people, good kids,
Yeah,
and everything, but do
yeah.
they have that same sense of I'm supposed to do these kind of
Exactly.
things just as a
Right.
regular part of my life?
I don't know, but I drug my kids into it. I'm
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah.
we going here. We're gonna
But
do
that's
this.
what makes us kind of community.
And even now, when I have an event, I'm like, hey, so you come home. He lives out in Brighton. Come home. My daughter has come set up a booth. Come
Yeah, you
set up
part
a
of the team.
table.
Yeah, you part of the
come-
team.
you part of the team. Yeah, come on.
Look, I grew up as a deacon's son, so ain't a chair, table, none of that church.
That church moved. Yep,
Look,
come on.
look, we knew we was gonna be the last family to leave church every
That's
Sunday.
right. That's right.
but it's a good way to get
It is.
teach those responsibilities we want our kids, and our
It
grandkids to have.
It is.
Yeah. So, folks, we're here talking with a couple. Hopefully, you know in Muskegon, Derek and Cannetha Collins. They're not just residents of Muskegon Heights, but they have a footprint. They're involved in the community. They're looking to celebrate. There's been a year of celebration
Yes.
for the Collins family. Celebrated Derek's birthday in May, and celebrated 40 years of marriage. And then Cannetha celebrating her 60th birthday. Did I say 40th birthday? I'm sorry.
He's
60th.
60th
Okay,
birthday
okay.
for him.
Celebrating her 60th birthday on tomorrow. So if you have a chance, come out and
For a free
celebrate with them. 60 is nothing to sneeze at. That's a nice number to hit.
Yeah.
And celebrating her 60th birthday. And as she said, she wants to just not just let it be about her, but
Right.
honor
Right.
some other folks in the community that you may not even know, but get a chance to honor some other people in the
Right.
community.
Right.
And I see one of our listeners, Mr. Michael Anthony Smith, said Cleveland Collins' sister.
No.
No. No. Yeah, well, Mr. Smith down in Texas, but he catches our program often.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
So, but if you are listening, like I said, I have 4 tickets courtesy of William Bobo Baker Jr. He
Okay.
yeah, his friends in Texas wanted to see, and they did. They sent donations
Awesome.
through his mom. They can't be here in Texas. I'm from
Okay.
Texas, but they did buy tickets, and so it was like 4 extra tickets. So I have them to give away. If someone would like to come and you do not have a ticket, don't be ashamed or afraid to come get the tickets or get the information here, and we'll get you the tickets, or we'll put your name at the door, however you want to do it.
Okay.
But you can come, but you have to let me know who
All
you
right.
are.
Got to find a way to reach out to her.
Yeah.
Is there an email or something if they want to try to call you or number?
You
they
can call
reach
me
her?
out. You can my Facebook
There you
page, my phone number, 231-886-4121, or my email, collinskannetha@yahoo.com. You all know what we say.
Everybody do know where you stay, but we ain't gonna tell them to come by your house.
Listen, they do. Let me tell you, it's weird how people know everything about Muskegon. I had some family that came here years ago, and they had passed the house and they went to the coop. So they was like, we were looking for Cannetha. They was like, oh yeah, we know where they stay. Come on, we'll tell you. They just brought them right on in. I was like, y'all done brought somebody to my house. Y'all done. But yeah,
that's kind of a fun thing about being a community.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll take you by there. Well, good. I want to thank you guys so much for coming in. Hope folks will come out, enjoy the program, bring some money for those tickets, and just have a good time.
Yes.
And celebrate with
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna have plenty of food for you to eat. We got some surprises going on. We got a gift basket that Mr. Collins got made up. That we're gonna be not necessarily silent auctioning off, but we're gonna do a little auction for it and give away some good stuff in there. I'm not gonna tell you, come see it. So
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. and Mrs. Collins, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful time in this continuous year of celebrating.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. We're going to take a brief break, and I'm going to come back with a few closing things that I want to get to in my program today.
There ain't no limit to where you go when you put your heart in it. We going far, but the sky is the limit. There ain't no place like home. It's the kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags 'cause we're leaving now. Kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags 'cause we're leaving now. Where my sisters at? Where my brothers at? No. There ain't no limit to where you go when you put your heart in it. We going far, but the sky is the limit. There ain't no place like home. It's the kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags 'cause we're leaving now. Kids' free trip to Africa, going back to the motherland. You gon' wish you were there with us. Pack your bags 'cause we're leaving now. It's the kids' free trip to Africa.
Okay, welcome back. I wanted to just share in these last couple minutes here just a thought. We're still midway through January, and people are sort of getting themselves set, getting their strategy set for the year. I ran across a inspirational message by Dr. Miles Monroe, the late Dr. Miles Monroe, who's just one of the people that I listen to quite often. And he had this motivational speech, "Build yourself silently." And I just wanted to share a couple of points from this. Even though he's a Christian teacher, not as an apology, but he's just a tremendous teacher on leadership and purpose and motivation. And he had this presentation called "Build Yourself Silently." And the idea is that, as we're trying to strategize and plan for our future and plan for our success, he says there's a lot can be done silently. And he says this, he says, silence is not secrecy, it's strategy. But this was really impactful. And I want to just share these 5 points with you. Again, this is from Dr. Miles Monroe. He says, discipline yourself when no one else is watching you. He talks about the idea that how much growth takes place in the dark. But in that private time, that's when you build your discipline. You build those good habits to strengthen your character. It's not when everybody else is around. And he talks about it being your character, not just your image. The second thing he says is protect your ideas until they are strong enough to stand. Sometimes we have these ideas, and what will happen? We share them with people. Oh, you can't do that. It's going to take this and this. And sometimes we get talked out of them. We get discouraged. And so until you're ready to put it out there and you can defend why you're doing it, the reason behind you want to do it, and you understand, yeah, maybe a challenge. And when people present you with a challenge, you figure, okay, instead of being discouraged, you think of a way to overcome it. So protect your ideas until they are strong enough to stand. He said, stop seeking validation from others. Sometimes you don't run into anybody that believes you. Sometimes you just don't run into anybody that supports your idea, that thinks you can do it. That does not mean you stop or you quit. That's why you have to do some things in silence. You don't need other people's approval. All right. The fourth thing he says is focus on quiet, consistent progress. Make a step every day. A friend of mine who does some business things says, I do something every day. You do something every day. Always have some momentum. I always hear writers. We were watching a movie yesterday. We're watching an interview talking about a writer, and he said, what he does, you have to write every day. It might not even be good. You may throw it away, but that thing you're doing, always be working on, always making progress. An author you may not hear about his book till it's finished, but he's writing on it days and days and doing drafts and copies. The quiet time is our preparation. The quiet time is our still making progress. It's not doing anything. And finally, he says, let your results be the thing that makes the noise. Let the results speak. Let them shout. Let them scream your success, the things that you get accomplished. And then he closed with a couple of thoughts that were just so powerful I wanted to share. He says, noise is the refuge of the insecure. Silence is the workshop of the wise. And I wish I could speak and phrase things like Dr. Monroe, but he says, noise is the refuge of the insecure. Silence is the workshop of the wise. Build in silence, construct in silence, prepare in silence. That's the workshop. And then he says, when you announce your plans to people not willing to pay the price you pay, you invite their limitations into your possibilities. When you announce your plans to people not willing to pay the price you pay, you invite their limitations into your possibilities. Oh, I wouldn't do all of that. Oh, that's going to take too much. Oh, that's going to take too much time or too much money. That's not for them. Those are the people you avoid. That's why you work in the silence. So let Dr. Miles Monroe's words speak to you. If you want to go on YouTube, you can certainly catch his presentation again. 5 or 7 habits or traits to building yourself silently. So I want to say this. I want to encourage you out there. If you're planning to do it in 2026, you've got plans, you have ideas. It's okay if you don't have a billboard. It's okay if you don't have the commercials. It's okay if you don't have 1 million people lined up to support you and back you. What I say is start. Start in your bedroom, at your kitchen table, in your study, at the library, writing down your ideas, making your plans, reading, researching, preparing, but start. The noise, the shouts, let that be as you get the work done, as you complete the work. All right. Hope that encourages you. I hope that motivates you. I hope that 2026 is your greatest and most successful year yet. And we'd love to have you come on Community Focus, share your thoughts, your accomplishments, your ideas with us, and share them with other folks. Folks, this has been Community Focus for January the 16th, 2026. Hope you've enjoyed the program. We will be back with you next week. It's cold. It's slippery out there. Let's be safe. My brother Gregory T., I miss you. Get well. Thank you to everybody here at the studio that makes me look good, as look good can go, and makes me sound good. I appreciate you guys. Let's go out and be a blessing to other people.
The wait is over. The all-new Umoja Radio Network, home to over 40 Black-owned radio stations and podcasts, is here for you. Connect to the world's fastest-growing collection of unapologetically Black and proud media, from podcasts to independent Black-owned radio stations, and access to the important news and music you need. Umoja Radio is from our culture, by our culture, for our culture. The all-new Umoja Radio is available right now on Google Play and the Apple Store. Join the movement. Be empowered.